Welcome to our continuing YouTube video series on employment law. My name is Christopher Neufeld of Neufeld Legal. And in this particular YouTube video, we'll be discussing the situation where should you be fired and you're actually seeking a greater amount of termination and severance pay from your former employer, that you actually need to continue to seek employment during this period of time and effectively be mitigating the situation. So you would think that maybe I got fired, I left the job, I got terminated, and I got a termination or severance package, and I feel it's not appropriate. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to fight my former employer. I'm going to hire a lawyer, or I'm going to engage them directly myself and seek something more. But while you're doing that, there is an obligation upon yourself, and it's called mitigation, that you need to continue to pursue actively other forms of employment. Now, what it doesn't necessarily mean is you don't have to go and take any old job out there. You're really looking to take something comparable to what you left, what you were removed from. So if you're working at another job, you want to seek something similar position, similar type of salary. At the same time, while you're engaged in this fight, you might also have to take another lower paying job just to make ends meet, to take care of your family and the like. And that would still go towards mitigation. But if you simply sit back on your laurels and you don't pursue any other employment while you're fighting this, you can be assured, almost definitely, that your employer, when they're fighting you, is going to say, look, so-and-so got canned from the job and hasn't sought to mitigate. And there are far too many cases out there that were resolved before a judge at trial where the former employee, did nothing to mitigate their situation. And as such, they're asking for a lot, but they're not doing anything to secure themselves. And that has been perceived negatively by the courts. So the courts say, look, you actually have an obligation to mitigate. You're being given severance, and you're negotiating severance, but you're not doing anything to correct your situation. So what you should have done, at least what you should have attempted to do, and keep a strong record of it, is try to seriously find alternate employment of the same or better quality at the same or better pay. And if you can't find it, you've done your level best to mitigate. Well, you might find something that's comparably higher, and then you get paid, and then there's an issue that you deal with the lawyers with respect to what the ultimate outcome would be. But if you don't make the effort and you don't pursue alternate employment at the same level or higher, then the court could very well take that as a negative strike against you, and whatever you're awarded, deduct from that based on your failure to mitigate. So it's a serious consideration that you need to be taken into place. Naturally, all the facts and circumstances are dictated in part by what is transpiring, the jurisdiction, the case law, and the like. But mitigation, seeking new employment, even if you don't find that new employment, and not necessarily seeking a horrible job, seeking something comparable, is an obligation that most people should be looking to fulfill, where they're fighting with their former employer over aspects such as termination and severance pay. So something to keep in mind, something to discuss with your legal counsel as you go through this process. Well, hopefully this has been informative and shows you some perspective as to what you really need to be considering and doing to protect yourself when it comes to these matters of challenging termination and severance pay settlements and arrangements. Thank you.